everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. It is time for our Gina K Designs June release. So welcome to our release party. We are so glad to have you here this evening, joining us from here in the United States and all around the world. We are so excited about what's coming tonight. We have a very special surprise, something that I haven't shared at all, that is going to be part of tonight's release. So stay tuned for that, because you guys are going to love it. But before we get started with our illustrators and showing you all the fun new products, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Happy release night, everybody.
How are you doing?
I am better, much better than horrible, and glad to be here in the dead space for this wonderful June, beautiful release. Yes.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm a little under the weather tonight. I have my hot tea here, so I might cough a little bit. I'm trying my best tonight. I'm a little stuffy and a little coffee.
And Gina rarely gets under the weather.
Rarely.
Germs are afraid of her.
Seriously, I have such a strong autoimmune system. It's killing itself, but man, it can really fight stuff. So I don't know what happened, but that's okay. We're going to get through it together, and I am just so grateful to be here. Now, Tom has been watching me make cards all week, and I know you have a few favorites, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I do.
We'll be sharing those a little bit later into the party. But before we do any of that, Tom, we have brand new incentive sets tonight.
All right.
So if anybody is new to Gina K Designs, you may not know, but with every $75 order that you place, you get to choose a free stamp set. We have 2 new stamp sets every time we have a new release, and there's also an option to get a pack of white cardstock instead. And if you haven't tried our Pure Luxury white cardstock, you will love it for ink blending and stamping. It is the smoothest cardstock on the market, and that is one of the options as well. But let me show you our first brand new incentive set, and this one is called Love You, Need You. Now, I love this stamp set. Look at that beautiful bouquet of flowers. It's got all kinds of beautiful flowers in here, just for every single season, even a little bit of holly in there. So you can actually use this set even for a Christmas card. And then it's got these great greetings. It's got Love You and Need You. And you can pair either one of these with these additional greetings. So you could say, love you more than you'll ever know, need you more than words can say, love you from the bottom of my heart. And you can mix and match those together to create greetings for whoever you want to send this card to. Now, this set is yours free with any purchase of $75 or more in product. Once your cart hits $75, there'll be a pop-up that shows up at the top of your screen. It'll just pop up like right in the middle of the screen. And there'll be 3 options. If you want this set, all you have to do is add this set to your cart from that pop-up, and it will ship with your order for free. Now, all of our incentives also have a companion die set, and if you want this, you can add this to your cart separately. It's a separate purchase. So if you're trying to get to $75 and you know you want this one, pop this in your cart to get you there. And this has all of the dies that coordinate with this stamp set. So you not only can cut out this beautiful bouquet, but you can cut out the words too. And look at the way the die cuts around the words with all that open space. It's just beautiful. And it'll give you that nice little white border that creates that separation from your busy backgrounds or your colored cardstock, whatever you're using. So the new Love You, Need You is yours free, and it's now available at GinaKDesigns.com. Now let me show you our next incentive set, and this one I have some samples for you. I just didn't get a chance to make samples with that first one, but I know some of our guest designers did receive these incentive sets, so they may be showing you some samples tonight in our Facebook group and on Instagram. Now this one is called Loving Wishes, and it's got this beautiful wreath, and then it's got this greeting that says, sending loving wishes your way. Now I know earlier in the Facebook group, I posted an older version before we caught a typo, before we ever submitted this for production, but I corrected that quickly. So don't worry, the set does not have a typo. It actually says your way. Sending loving wishes your way. And then there is a coordinating die set that you can pick up separately. And look at this cool wreath die. It cuts the center out as well. So this way you could stack these, or you could use foam tape, and that center will be recessed, and you can pop a greeting up in there, or you can put a focal image down in there. You could turn this wreath into a shaker card, a shaker wreath. And it's such a beautiful one that will just be so useful for so many occasions. Now, I want to show you a couple cards that Kathy Sanders, who is the manager here at Gina K Designs, but also an incredible artist, an instructor. She used to teach colored pencil classes, and she actually designed the very first Copic marker instruction manual for them when they were just getting into the card making industry. She created the kind of the classes that Copic ended up using for all of their certified instructors. She was the first one to do that. She's got so much talent, and look at this gorgeous card that she made with this incentive set. She has the sending loving wishes your way going across the center. She colored that with a combination of watercolor. She gave me a little note here. No, a combination of Copic markers and then some basic colored pencil shading. Isn't that gorgeous, the way she did that? And I loved how she used our pattern paper back here. It's such a fun springy or summer card project. But then she also wanted to make a second card, which I can't believe she had time to do it, but she wanted to show everybody that even if you don't know how to color this way, but you like to color, here is a very simple card that she colored just using colored pencils right on colored cardstock. So you could do this on red or on craft, or here she used cadet blue. And she just used a white Prismacolor pencil and some other colored pencils on there just to create that shading. So easy to do. And then she also shows you how you can take this and die cut it, but then just trim it right at that line right there. There's a little line right there that you can trim it, and then you can stack the greeting instead to bring it in more toward the center. Or even if you're using this greeting on another card, by stacking it and just trimming that greeting like that, you can have a whole different look for the greeting rather than the line that goes across that strip sentiment. You could stack it. So these are gorgeous. So Kathy Sanders, if you're watching tonight, thank you so much for making these beautiful cards to show people our beautiful new incentive set here. This new Loving Wishes stamp set is now available at GinaKDesigns.com, and it's yours free with any $75 purchase. Now, if you like both incentive sets, you can place 2 separate orders of $75 or more, and you can get both incentives. And if you want the cardstock, you can even place a third order. So if there is a lot of stuff on your wish list, break up those orders and then get, even more incentive sets. And remember, in the US, shipping is free over $50, so you wouldn't be paying additional shipping for those. Unfortunately, in Canada and in international points, you would be paying for shipping, but our shipping rates are so good to other countries. We have $8.95 flat rate shipping to Canada, which is almost unheard of because the average order to Canada costs us about $30 to ship. And then we have $15.95 everywhere else. And those average orders cost us about $50 to ship. Plus, when you purchase smaller amounts, sometimes the VAT tax or the duty tax it gets in under that threshold. So some people have said if you place smaller orders that they either pay less or they don't even pay at all. So that's good to know as well, but you'd have to look into what your country does. But these are brand new incentives. I'm so excited. The Love You, Need You, and the Loving Wishes are now available, and those items will pop up once your cart hits that amount. So isn't that fun? All right, so next up, I want to show you some of the stamp and die collections from our illustrators who aren't here tonight. So the first one I want to show you is this beautiful stamp set by Hannah Drapinski. Now I'm going to have to zoom out just a little bit here, but this gorgeous set is called Tranquil Tulips. And it's got some beautiful greetings here. I just wanted to tell you how much our friendship means to me. I'm so grateful for the gift of you. Isn't that beautiful? There's no one else I'd rather do forever with. That's great for an anniversary or even for, your best friend. You are my forever friend. Birthday wishes. And then this one does have a coordinating die set that cuts all of the tulips out and all of the words. And again, look at the way the words get cut out. It's not just one big blob that goes around the outside. Everything is spaced out so beautifully, so you can cut that out and pop that onto your card, and the beautiful background will show through on that. Same with the tulips. All of these areas are cut out with that die. So it just feels more realistic and more dimensional when it's not just a blob line around the outside, but you have all those cutout areas in there. So I want to show you a couple cards that some of our guest designers have created using this beautiful new Tranquil Tulip set. So here's the first card project. Tom's just going to pull that up for us so you can see, because I think there's nothing like inspiration from these amazing artists like Cassie Hewlett, who created this gorgeous watercolored card. Cassie is so talented with watercolor, and I'm constantly showcasing her cards on my Instagram account, and she posts her cards in our Facebook group too. So make sure you check her out. She also has a YouTube channel and an Instagram. She is just an amazing artist, and that card is absolutely stunning. I would frame that if I got that. I would absolutely frame that. And then the next card that we have is another beautiful card from another fantastic watercolor artist that does so many beautiful things for us. This is Pam Torkelson, and she made a bright colored tulip card with reds and oranges and the beautiful yellows in there and all of her beautiful spatter paint that she does. What a lovely birthday card that is. And you guys might know Pam because Pam also has done some ephemera for us, and we have her Delicate Flowers ephemera set. Cassie also has some ephemera coming out soon too, so stay tuned for that. But Pam, once again, you knocked it out of the park with this gorgeous card. So there are two ideas for you using Hannah's beautiful new Tranquil Tulips. It's now available in the What's New category at GinaKDesigns.com. All right, well, our next set I want to show you is such a fun one, and people got so excited about this in our Facebook group because lots of you have sons and grandsons and husbands and dads and friends and gals in your life that love sports. So Beth Saleka has created this set called All-Star Athletics. And it's got all kinds of fun summer sports in here, well, and winter sports too. She's got tennis, she's got lacrosse, hockey, baseball, soccer, basketball, oh my goodness, football. She's got... What kind of racket is this, Tom? That looks like maybe ping pong. I guess it could be pickleball, too. She's got a golf ball and a golf tee. She's got goggles for the swimmers. And then she's got you're an all-star cheering for you. So you would do you're an all-star cheering for you. You're a winner. Hey, sport. Cheering for you. So many good combinations here that you can make cards for all of the sporty people in your life. Pickleball, that's pickleball? Okay, that sounds good. Pickleball, yeah. Well, we do have tennis, so we do need pickleball. But, you know, if you play ping pong too, that really could be ping pong. So it could maybe double. And I like that there's an ice skate in here and just a running shoe, because that running shoe can go with a lot of other sports, but it can also be for the runners and the cross-country people. So many great things. Now, this set also has a full die set, so you can cut all of the different images out. You can also cut all of those greetings out. I think it'd be super cool to make like a t-shirt card maybe that opens, where you cut it into the shape of a t-shirt, and then you have "You're an All-Star" or "Cheering for You." I mean, even for graduations, for college. I mean, we have lots of college athletes that we make cards for. So this is such a fun set. I want to show you, Beth sent me a couple cards that she made with her new set. So let's take a look at some samples that Beth created. All right, so the first one here is this adorable tennis card. It's got the twin rackets crossed. I love that. And then "You're a Winner" with that tennis ball. And I just love the whole look of this card. It's so clean and simple and easy to recreate. Then our next card here is for the swimmer. I think she made this card for one of her daughters. I think her last daughter is going to be graduating soon, and it's the last swimmer. So Beth has a whole bunch of kids, and every single one of them swam, and most of them swam in college. So I think this one is going to be a graduation card for that final swimmer in her life, and I just love that. The little nail-looking thing in this set is a golf tee. Okay, that's so cute. And then here we go for the hockey fans, "Cheering for You." She used the hockey stick. That could be field hockey or ice hockey. I think there's a ball shape here that could be, or that round shape there could be well, there is a puck too. So that could be field hockey. And then also we've got a puck shape in the set that could be used for ice hockey. So I just love this set. I think it's so cute and creative. It's perfect for all of those sporty people in your life, and lots of people that I know are playing pickleball well into their senior years. So this is even fun for the grandparents out there that have retired onto the pickleball courts. So that's so much fun. I love that. All right. Well, thank you, Beth, for making those beautiful cards and sharing your talent with us. So the next set I want to show you is by Argita. Now, Argita usually joins us during the release party, but we got our products in-house so late, and we tried to DHL them to her fast all the way to India, but I don't think she got them in time. She probably just got them today. But she has a fantastic set. I love this one. This is called Branches of Joy. Now, a lot of Argita sets are usually very big, wide flowers, but I love this long kind of design, and this that could be turned into some swags where you could put one this way and one this way, or you can kind of make it into a wreath. This is a beautiful floral design, and it's got lots of greetings here that really, really are very heartfelt and touching. Wishing you a birthday full of blooms, sending you branches of joy.
Gina, are they the wrong dies?
Oh, yeah, it's the wrong die set. Sorry, guys. Sorry, you know what happened? I forgot to grab the die set for this. It does have a complete set of dies, so sorry about that. Yes, it has a complete set of dies, but I guess I forgot to grab that. Okay, so sending you branches of joy. Like branches, may your dreams grow strong. I love that for graduation. Branching out with love and cheer. Thinking of all the beauty you bring to the world. Oh, that's beautiful. May your days bloom with beauty and grace. Hope your heart blossoms with happiness. So all of these branchy and blooming oriented greetings here to go with these beautiful branches of joy. And then think about all the different flower sets that you have that all of these beautiful greetings could also work with, because they are just really, really good greetings. I love this. And the set is beautiful. It's got the thicker line weight, which I really like for coloring. especially if you're doing alcohol markers and stuff, it's a little easier to stay in the lines when the lines are a little bit thicker. It's also a great one for coloring with Copic marker, with colored pencils and Gamsol. And also if you like a more graphic look, you could do just gold embossing or silver embossing on like a deep navy cardstock, and it would be stunning. So this is the new Branches of Joy stamp set. There is a coordinating die set. You'll find it all on the website at GinaKDesigns.com. All right. Well, you got a sneak peek of the die set for this next one, but I'll show you the stamp set.
Do we have cards for Argita?
Oh, yeah, we do. Let's show some cards for Argita set. I'm sorry about that. I totally forgot. Oh, my gosh. Look at this card. Another gorgeous card by Cassie Hewlett. She did her watercolor magic once again, and she's got a little bit of foil on there. And I don't know how she did that foil, but you could do that foil so easily with terrific tape and gold foil. You could make a background just like that, and then you could make the opening the exact size that you need for the greeting. I love that look. That's beautiful. I also like that she did partial die cutting there, just along the side. What a gorgeous, gorgeous card that is. All right, we have one more to show you. This is another gorgeous card by Pam Torkelson. And I love that she used that beautiful branch and then she added the second branch to it. And she created kind of it just looks like a whole cluster of branches just coming in from the bottom there. Oh, those are so beautiful. And her watercolor is spectacular. I love that soft watercolor background she did there too. I never think to do stuff like that, and it really does make such a difference. Absolutely stunning. Wow. So once again, Branches of Joy is now available at GinaKDesigns.com. And thanks to the guest designers for sharing those beautiful cards. I'm sure Argita would have 5 or 6 cards by now if we could have gotten them out to her a little bit sooner. But I am sure as she makes her cards, she'll share them in the Facebook group and on Instagram. Argita also has a YouTube channel, so check that out. Okay, so I did give you a sneak peek of this die set, but we have a brand new fantastic set by Dina Gerner called Cooking with Care. And Dina's done it again. Look at these cute little critters. Grilling out for summer, right? And then we've got this one, making kitty biscuits. How cute is that, making biscuits? Zeus does that. And then look how cute this guy is, this little puppy flipping pancakes. And then we've got this bunny here decorating a cupcake, sitting on some books. Oh, that is so cute. And then she's got some great greetings in here. Sweet moments are meant to be shared. That's so cute with the cupcake and the pancakes. May good things fill your day. These are all good things to me. Made with love. And then sending warm thoughts your way. Isn't that so fun? And then this fantastic set also has a coordinating die set, so it cuts everything including the greetings. So let's show some cards, Tom. Let's show some of Dina's cards.
Okay.
All right. This card, look at this. Dina made this little guy flipping those pancakes, and that is so cute. Look at the way Dina colors too. Isn't that amazing? I love how she doesn't lose the fact that they're little critters, but she gives them rosy cheeks and little dots on their cheeks. It's so cute. I love that card. That's adorable. And this one, here we go. Summertime goodness. May good things fill your day, with that little guy flipping burgers on the grill. That is adorable. That would actually make a really cute invitation if you were going to do a 4th of July party. Got to have that little guy on there on the front of the card. So cute. Once again, her coloring's outrageous. And look at this one. Oh, she used our birthday sprinkles stamp set to create that background, and then she added some vellum over Master Layouts 18 there, the frame, to kind of soften the background so her little cupcake and her bunny really jump out onto the page. That is a really, really cute card, and I love the way she color, that cupcake, and Dina's use of a white gel pen just really makes everything so dimensional, and it brings so much shine and light into her cards. And that is just a beautiful card. Now, Dina sent like 7 or 8 different designs, but she's going to be sharing them all in the Facebook group. And also, a lot of these cards, if you go to the product page and you just scroll underneath the main product picture, you'll see all of those cards right on our website too. So you can click on them and it blows them up and you're able to see the big pictures. So you can kind of take a screenshot and use those as inspiration for cards that you want to make as well. So this fantastic Cooking with Care stamp and die collection is now available at GinaKDesigns.com. All right. Oh, our illustrators are just knocking it out of the park this month. I feel so summery and so happy. Well, our next illustrator has a stamp, die, and stencil bundle. And this is such a cool, very modern kind of style for Lisa Hetrick. So let's just take a quick look at it. I won't tell you too much about it because I know she's going to tell you all about it. But this is called Blooming Mood, and it's got a stamp set, a die set, and a very interesting stencil here that doesn't really color these images in, but when you see what Lisa does with this, you'll understand why this is a really cool collection. So, without further ado, let's welcome her to the program, Lisa Hetrick.
Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick. Hi Gina, hi Tom, hello everyone, and welcome to our June release party. I'm super excited to be here with you tonight. I have a brand new stamp, coordinating die, and stencil to share with you tonight called Blooming Mood. And it's something a little bit different from me, so let's just dive in and take a look at this new stamp set. It's called Blooming Mood. And this stamp set is what I'm calling a flower builder. So I have different petals here to build different kinds of flowers. There's also, excuse me, a coordinating die set that's available to go with this stamp set. And I've got some really great sentiments. So you can see there's leafery pieces. Here are all of our petals. There are stamens and little dots for the centers of the flowers. And a lot of these elements, actually all of these elements, are solids. So it gives us some opportunity to do different kinds of techniques with them. I've got this really funky vase that's sort of French inspired, and I'll get into that in some upcoming videos. I've got this really fun bow in this set as well. These little cute bows are kind of trendy right now, but they're also something in design that I think you can use with any of your stamp sets. And the sentiments that I have in this set this month for blooming are all about a blooming mood. So blooming with happiness for you, blooming with gratitude for you, blooming with joy for you, which is kind of my favorite. And I like this little cluster here. But so here is the coordinating die set that coordinates with this. And there is a die for pretty much every element in here. But one of the things I want to share about the die, and in the handout that I've provided this month, the free handout, I wanted to share that I have also created a coordinating die guide so that you can see how you build all the different petals together, and then you can cut the outside of that actual flower. So all of these petals, you can build a smaller cone flower-like flower, or if you used all of these petals together, you can create a larger flower. And they're really fun petal shapes, so you can create like other things with them. But I've got this coordinating die guide also that's just going to really explain how to nest all of the layers of the petals together and use it with the die. And I'll share that in some upcoming tutorials, my little tips and tricks for doing that. And I'll also share it in my samples here. So let's just dive in. There's one other thing I want to share. Now, the stencil this month is a coordinating stencil, but this stencil isn't a coloring stencil because, as you can see, all of the elements in the stamp set are solid. This is a coordinating stencil in that it can stand alone. So you could purchase this stencil and use it alone, or you can use it with this die set to create some really interesting backgrounds, or it can stand alone as a pattern stencil for your card projects. So I've got this blooming element here, and then this is a little bit of a 3-dot pattern that you can add, you can stencil in, and then when you move this part of the die up to here, you've got the centers of the flowers and the leafery pieces that attach right here. And I'm going to share that with you as well. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a peek at the inspiration. Okay, friends, let's dive in and take a look at the inspiration for Blooming Mood. Here is a really fun card. You can see that I used the little flower element from the stamp set, this flower element here with the bow and that really funky vase just to kind of create this little triad. Super, super fun. And Blooming with Gratitude for You. Really like that you have that opportunity to cut all of the sentiments out if you want to, or just use them as a standalone. Okay, here is another card, Blooming with Happiness for You. And I've done a little bit of a mashup in this card. I've used the stamp set, the solid flower stamp set in the background to kind of create this flower spray. And then I've taken the stencil over top and added more flower elements. And then you can see the little dots in the center of the flowers. Those are on the stencil as well. And then just added the 3 little dots around and stenciled in. This is kind of one of my favorite ways to use stencils with stamps to create these pattern backgrounds, but you get this kind of 1-layer card that looks like it has a lot of dimension. Okay, super fun card. This is like a little watercolor card with Blooming with Happiness for You. And I've just taken all of those petals and nested them and created just this really kind of funky flower. So depending upon how you stamp this out and what colors you use, you can get this kind of mod look flower to it. This is watercolor, and then I also stamped them again behind to kind of create that layer. Super fun. I'll be sharing this, the specific way that you can stamp the petals to create the flower and use the die cut in an upcoming tutorial this week. Okay, here's another fun card where I've used the stencil in the background and just kind of stenciled in some flowers really lightly with some innocent pink, and then just layered up the flower with that really funky vase. I really like that vase. It's a little bit wonky. It's really cute. I'm going to share how to use it as a background stamp in some upcoming tutorials as well. And then here is that the petals all nested out into that flower. And I just kind of gave it a little bit of a quarter turn as opposed to the way that you see it in this card. So it just has a little bit of a different look to it. Love that. Eek. All right, Blooming with Joy for You. Here is that spray from the stencil, and I just used some different colors and masked off the little blooms here just to kind of create this 1-layer card. Added a little splatter, and then boom, we've got a cute little card. Okay, super fun. Did a little bit more using the solid stamps with this and broke up the Blooming with Joy for You sentiments here, and just this kind of blue card with that little pop of yellow. Just super, super fun. I just love working with solid stamps and just kind of creating some textures and patterns in the solid. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in some upcoming tutorials as well. Okay, here's another really fun card that uses the stencil and just kind of doing that spray again, but again on that theme of blues and yellows. I really like the marigold and the blue raspberry together. It's just super fun colors. Okay, so here is another petal builder, creating that petal shape, using the petal shapes to create that cone flower look or that daisy like look that you can create. Added the leafery and just popped the little sentiment right on the card. And how fun is that? Super, super fun. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in the inspiration. So I do have inspiration sheets card. Like I do every month. It's a free download. You can get it on my website at indigojadeart.com, or you can grab it over in the Gina K Designs Facebook group in the file section. I have 8 really fun tutorials. Here is that sample card that I was sharing with using the vase as a little backgrounder. Makes it kind of like a fun mod looking design. So Blooming Mood, super fun. And then also the second part of that handout will show you the stencil guide and how the 3 parts of the stencil can come together to create that spray. So it's super, super fun. Again, the stencil Blooming Moon is a standalone stencil. It's an element that creates a pattern builder that coordinates with the stamp set. So the elements are in proportion to each other, but it can stand alone. It is not a coloring stencil. And then again, here's that coordinating die guide that will share with you how to build the petals and then use the coordinating die. These are the stencil. These are just the straight up stamps, and there is a coordinating die to cut them out. So super, super fun. Okay, friends, that is Blooming Mood. It's available now at ginakdesigns.com in the What's New section. I am super excited about this stamp set. I know I say that every month, and I will probably say it again next month. But this is a really fun stamp set that gives you a lot of opportunity to work with the solids and create different kinds of textures and dimension, and I can't wait to share it with you in some upcoming tutorials. I will be going live this Thursday at 11:30 with a brand new card tutorial, and I will be doing some of those texture-based techniques that I have been talking about this whole video. Okay, friends, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Tom. I'm so grateful to you all. Sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of our June release party. Okay, friends, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Lisa, this is such a unique stamp and die and stencil collection. I love it, and I love that you can build the flowers using different colors, like in your on your inspiration sheet. And you guys, the inspiration sheet is on Lisa's website. It'll also be in the file section in our Facebook group. And if we haven't already put it up on our website, I'm sure we will add it to the website product as well, so that you'll be able to see it there. And I cannot encourage you guys enough to go over to Lisa's YouTube channel and subscribe, because Lisa does so many great videos on her channel. And with a stamp and die and stencil set like this, she's going to teach you step by step how to put it all together, how to do it. And there's nothing like seeing it in action to see the different ways that you can be creative with something like this. So make sure you subscribe to her channel. Lisa, I love the new collection. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for making time to be here tonight and to share all of those gorgeous cards with everybody. All right, well, Are you ready for our next illustrator who's waiting in the wings to share her new set with you? Now this one's a little bit different. This is the brand new die set. It's just a standalone die set by Deborah Warner. It is called Stitched Stars, and these stars are huge, but they go all the way down to small, and they've got that cute little stitching on them. This is perfect for so many different occasions, and in the summer, I mean, I've got so many shirts that have stars on them and red, white, and blue and all of that, right? For Memorial Day, which just passed, but 4th of July, Labor Day. But then these stars are also fantastic for Christmas. So this is one of those, and they're great for like birthdays and any kind of like celebration. So stars are a great, great addition to your craft collection. And this is something that I've always wanted, and I am so glad that we have it. So let's see all of the fantastic things that our next illustrator has made with her new Stitch Stars die set. Let's welcome her to the program, Deborah Warner.
Hi, everybody. It's Debbie Warner for Gina K Designs. Hi, Gina and Tom. So excited to be here. It's June 2026, and it is our release party. Last month was May, and I had an opportunity to represent Gina K Designs with Mindy Egan at Create. I had the opportunity to meet so many of you and get to create with you, and it was really super fun, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. Also want to do a quick shout out to Courtney and Jessica because they made sure Debbie got fed on Thursday when we realized there were no food options at the hotel that evening. So thanks, ladies. I am super grateful for you too. All right, let me tell you about my new set. It is a die set called Stitch Stars, and there are 5 stars. They're all stitched, and they're 5 different sizes, and super versatile for cards or scrapbook pages. So what I do want to say is when I see stars, I often think of holiday cards, and so you will see 2 holiday cards in my samples today. Also, I think they pair really well with graduation or masculine cards, so I just think they're pretty flexible, and even cards for kids. So, and actually, I also want to say they're good for making like tags. Those are actually for my mister teaches chess in an after school program, and they have first, second, and third place. And he's like, could you make me something to give to the kids for winning first, second, and third place? I'm like, oh yeah. So I did that. And the stars were perfect for that. Okay, so let's get into my samples. So here is just a close-up of those tags I made for first, second, and third place. I used wild dandelion, blue denim, and white. And the dies are Master Layouts 8 and are small number dies. So this is the first of my 2 holiday cards. Cardstock colors are Craft, White, Christmas Pine, Grass Green, Kelly Green, Red Hot, and Cherry Red. Inks, Dark Chocolate, Christmas Pine, Cherry Red, and a little bit of our white pigment ink. Embossing folder was Holiday Flora. Swiped that with the Christmas Pine ink. Dies, in addition to the stars, are Merry Christmas and Shadow die. The flowers are from Spring Blooms, and I also used Favorite Flora. And this is my second holiday card. My cardstock colors are Blue Sky and White. Inks, Blue Sky, Blue Raspberry, Innocent Pink, and Apple Mint. Stamps, Delicate Snowfall, and 'Tis the Season. My embossing folder was Snowflakes, and I embellished with the holly berries with my colored pencils, and I added a small white bow. I was going for a masculine birthday card on this one. My cardstock colors are Cherry Red, Stormy Sky, and White. I used our Starstruck stencil in the navy ink. I used our Sassy Stripes stencil in Cherry Red and our Fizzy stencil in Wild Dandelion. The greeting stamp is from Birthday Wishes, and I finished it off with some of our white hearts. For this thank you card, my cardstock colors are Red Hot Ivory and a gold. If you don't have shiny gold, you can easily make it yourself using Gina K gold foil. on the white polyglaze sheets or on the toner sheets. The dies I used on this one were Thanks and Shadow die and our Lots of Dots die. On this birthday card, my cardstock colors are Wild Lilac, Lovely Lavender, White Jelly Bean Green, and Fresh Asparagus. For dies, the flowers are from Let's Get Started, and Favorite Flora was also used. For stamps, I used Diagonal Stripe and Elegant Thoughts, and our Rainbow Pearls in Yellow for the centers of those flowers. On this Get Well card, my cardstock colors are Black Onyx, Blue Raspberry, Key Lime, Wild Dandelion, Tangerine Twist, and Passionate Pink. Stamp sets Essential Greetings, and I used Get Well Wishes on the inside. For splatter, I used Winsor and Newton Gouache, and I used our Petite Flourish embossing folder. And what I like to do sometimes is use the deboss side instead of the emboss side, and I did that on all of the stars. And here is the inside of the card. I wanted to show you that I used the largest star and then stamped that greeting from Get Well Wishes in there. Just a little space to sign my name. However, I could use a white gel pen and put a nice message on the left side of the card as well. My inspiration came from Gina K on this card. She did a video last month where she featured cutting a small, I think she used a heart in one case and the Favorite Flora in another one out of different pastel colors. And so I used that inspiration. So my cardstock colors are white, soft stone, and just a bunch of our soft colors. My inks are soft stone. The stamps, bitty backgrounds for that polka dot in the background there. And for the greeting, I used our hello from Let's Get Started. On this happy birthday card, my cardstock colors are blue denim, red velvet, craft, and white. My ink is red velvet on that greeting, and that greeting is from Birthday Wishes. I used our lattice embossing folder, and the die from Master Layouts 18 was used for that strip. Again, finished it off with some of those little white hearts. And once again, I used the largest star on the inside to tie in the heart theme. And that greeting is from Birthday Cheer. It was one of our incentive stamp sets a while back. And last but not least, of course, I have a tag for you. And I used our beautiful bookmark dies to cut out that tag, and I did cut it out of skeleton leaves. My stars are in Tranquil Teal, Tomato Soup, and Plum Punch. For my inks, I used Warm Cocoa, Tranquil Teal, Prickly Pear, and Honey Mustard. The stamps, the thank you is from Happy Hens. The little star is from Baby Love. And the dots are from my Hoots and Owl set. On the back side, I did use our stencil square mandala. I'll show you that in just a minute. And the ribbon was from my stash. So there you have my samples. I hope you found them inspiring. And I want you to know that I get inspired by so many of you. And so my favorite card was actually inspired by someone in our crafting community. I don't know if her name is Betty or Bet, but her last name is Manning, and she does some amazing cards. And she did a Christmas card last year I saw posted somewhere, and I really loved the layout. So I copied her style and went ahead with this layout. And this is my favorite card. And hers was a Christmas card, so it was red and green, but I went with a birthday card because I always need birthday cards. And I chose colors on the color wheel that are opposite. So I went with the green and purple. If you ever struggle with what colors to use, get yourself a wheel. It makes it easier. You can do a triangle. You can do colors right next to each other or across from each other. That usually works really well too. So that was my favorite card. And then I really had fun and I enjoyed this. It looks vintagey, but it also has a circus vibe. For me, it really does. And I always do decorate the back of my tags as well. That is our square mandala. So there you have it. Those are my samples for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you were inspired. And I know you're going to continue to inspire me. So thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. And have a fabulous rest of your day. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Debbie, I loved your cards and that tag, of course, but that one black card with all the colored stars looks like me tonight. It has the same color palette, and I was especially drawn to that one. I love those bright colors. This is such a great addition to the Gina K Designs collection, and it will be such a great addition to your collection too. As you can see, Debbie just, that was just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do. And I didn't even think about things like, using them to make little medals for, the grandkids class. Or even I saw one of the comments, somebody said, oh my gosh, that star would be perfect with the greetings from the All-Star Athletes set. Absolutely. So many ways to mix and match these fantastic products. So Debbie, thank you so much, and thank you for representing Gina K Designs so well at Create in Ohio last month. And just, keep doing what you're doing, because you are really bringing all of us a lot of joy. Make sure that you check out Debbie on Instagram, and also if you're part of our Facebook group, Debbie posts all of her cards there as well. All right, well, we have one more illustrator here, and then I will be introducing a little surprise after this, so don't go anywhere. But before the surprise and before the kid, we have, everybody loves her, Melanie Menschinger, and she has created another beautiful set called It's a Sign. This is such a creative set. I cannot wait to see her samples. I know she got her stuff late and she was power stamping. She said she stamped for like 7 hours straight and made all kinds of cards. So I can't wait to see what she shares with us tonight. Let's welcome her to the program, Melanie Menschinger.
Hey everyone, Melanie Menschinger here. Thanks so much for joining us for our June release party. I am thrilled to be sharing my newest set from Gina K Designs with you. It's a Sign. I am so excited about this set, and I can't wait to dive into samples, but just to give you the origin story of this sign set with all of its greetings and birds, I want to go back to just a couple releases ago when we had my So Many Words set, and I trimmed out with my dies several of the words from that So Many Words background and made this signpost with the bird on top. And I just loved how the card came out so much, and I loved all the response and feedback that I got from our party, and I thought, this needs to be a stamp. So I illustrated this adorable stamp set here that has this sign plus a lot of two-step fillers that you can put in so that you can paint them all at once with this shadow stamp, do the individual boards if you want to change colors for each of the boards. I've got some textures in here so that you can create wood grain on there, and then 12 different greetings. I've also got a filler for the signpost. I know a lot of you have asked about doing stencils, and I really like to be able to use the stamps where I can to add the color, and I think it's just a lot more versatile. I've also got a few little elements in here to take it through the seasons and different places like grass or sand or dirt, and then even some little icicles that you can hang on the sign to give it a wintry look for a holiday or Christmas card. These smaller birds that I have in here, I've got some new seagulls so that you can take this sign to the beach. I also got really inspired by the colorful signs that I saw on vacation this last year, pointing to different things around town for tourists, as well as even cities or countries that were very far away. It was just so whimsical, and there was always birds on top. But then I've also got some smaller versions of previously released birds, and I'm going to show you how you can put those together, a large and a small one, to make it look like they're facing each other and to give you that foreground and background, which is going to really add a lot of depth and interest to your scenes. So let's just get right into the samples, and of course there are some coordinating dies, so it will cut all of these out. And then Brian added a little space there at the bottom that you can add either one of the fillers into. So this first card that I want to show you, I made a birthday card here, and it looks like we're at the beach. I did a lot of colorful little dots with my marker down here to look like confetti, and then just a couple of the seagulls perching there. So those are die cut, but I stamped this in the jet black ink just directly onto my mat, and then I used the little plain board and then the pointy board in some different colors here with my spots. I believe I used the Tangerine Twist, Lucky Clover, Wild Dandelion, and then light and medium carnation there to fill that in. And so I have planned all of these greetings so that you can stack them together to almost make like a message that you would for your inside, things that go together. So good things ahead, happy birthday, all the best, XOXO, love you forever. And this is on a sea glass base. I just love how this card turned out. I would love to get this for a birthday. The next one, I made one of those Christmas cards that I mentioned using the little icicles. You can see here, and I forgot to mention, I filled in the post there, but I did this with some warm cocoa using just that one stamp image that fills in the post. I left all of these white, and I did on most of my cards, to be honest. I wanted to show you how you can fill them in with different colors, but just really like how easy it is to read the greeting when you have it on just a white board like that. So for this Christmas one, I put the XOXO, love you forever, the season's greetings here in the red velvet ink to match my base. Wish you were here, and then the XOXO again, and that is in the Christmas pine. So here is the tiny cardinal on here from my Birds and Branches set. I have a larger cardinal that's facing the opposite way. So when you put them together, it doesn't look like a giant bird and a mini bird. It looks like one is closer than the other. So I've got a little cardinal and his mate here. I wanted to show that just as a sample. You don't always have to put them on the top. You can stagger them and have them perching on different parts of the sign. The next one I want to show is just illustrating how the two different birds work. If you've got that Birds and Branches set, I think it's sold out faster than any of my recent releases, so I know it's very popular, but I used that branch frame, and so here is the large blue jay from that set. And now you've got a little small blue jay in this new It's a Sign set, and they just work so well together. I made this card because I'm kind of thinking about how my kids have flown the nest and whether I am the big bird looking back or that's one of my sons. I don't know. This one really tugs at my heartstrings, and I love how it turned out. Just did some very simple blending here. These are all elements other than this from that Birds and Branches set, but I just love how they work together. The next several, because I already showed you just some plain backgrounds with these first two cards, I want to show you how well this works with my other realistic nature sets and frame sets. So this next one, I am using the owls, and this is with my forest frame set. I stamped this in the jet black ink, and then I just blended a little bit of blue denim and plum punch over that and added some stars. I like showing you this sample so that you can see how even though this is a very tall, large image, you can also put this on your landscape cards. And if you don't want to be putting 5 greetings on every single card, you don't have to. You can either cut it down and mount it from the bottom, or you can cut down the top if you want to show the longer post. So for this one, I thought for this nighttime scene with these owls that thinking of you, keep your head up, love you forever, and good things ahead would be a really nice encouragement card. And I hope that you can see on there that I have stamped in with the soft stone that wood grain. And so you can just see that texture on each of the boards, and it just makes it look so realistic. And then I've got 2 of these owls stamped here, and by kind of cocking one a little bit more than standing straight up really gives it a little bit more personality and makes that one image seem a little bit different just by changing up that pose. So I love how this card turned out. Very simple to do. The next one, I used my Serene Seascapes. I've got 2 really great images in there for adding this sign for a beach scene. So this is my Calm Sea border that I have in that Serene Seascapes. And I've got congratulations, happy retirement, XOXO, love you forever, good things ahead. So I know some people that are coming up on retirement. I think they would love to get this card. Did very simple blending here at the bottom with just some sandy beach, and then the blue sky ink up here, and then some of the clouds from that Serene Seascape set. And again, we've got those two seagulls, so they're actually standing in front of that sign with just a little bit of shadow underneath, just talking about their fun plans. So I love how this one turned out too. And this one is on an ocean mist base. The next one, I used serene seascapes again, and I've got the crashing waves. And then I think somebody in the sneak peek said how great this would turn out with my beach bird set. So I combined this also with these little sandpipers running across. So I have them behind the sign, so it's creating some depth there. And then I mixed up the greetings from this set, the thinking of you and keep your head up, along with some of the greetings from that beach bird. So it says, he is with you every step of the way, and see you soon. And I thought this was just a really nice, encouraging card for somebody who is going through a difficult time. I did some, again, simple blending on the bottom with the Sandy Beach ink, a little bit of the Peach Bellini and Innocent Pink there at the top, and then I just used two turquoise markers there to color in that ocean. Very simple, but I love how this one turned out, and this is on a Peach Bellini base. The next one I've got with my Majestic Moments set. I love the cliff in that and the pine trees, and so it was perfect for creating this signpost that makes you think you're out on a hike, along with that silhouette of the buck. So I've got happy birthday, live a life of adventure, embrace the journey, good things ahead, and the best is yet to come. So these three that you see here with the upper and lower case, those are from the Majestic Moments. So I want to point out that I meant to measure this beforehand. I think it's about 2.25 inches long. So this sign will fit the majority of those little strip sentiments that we have in so many of our Gina K catalog of sets. So I'm really excited to mix these up and go through it and see what else I can put on here. This is on a fresh asparagus base, and I use fresh asparagus and jet black for stamping those trees. But I love how this one turned out as well. Just a great masculine design. So earthy if you're into nature, and I love hiking. This next one, I use my Window on the Water set, and I believe all of these sets as of today are in stock. So for this, I used that seagrass and the dunes. I just stamped it twice, and then I stamped my sign directly over it, and then I cut out just those individual boards so that I didn't have to mask. I just put them kind of like paper piecing directly over these. I did a little blending here with some of the Passionate Pink, the Plum Punch, and the Blue Denim. And then I added the little hat that is also from that set. The final one, I want to encourage you to go ahead and write some of your own greetings on these. So I used my recently released beach frame set. I have got the shell frame on there. I've put the sign in the chocolate truffle. This is what I did all my stamping in. And then I filled in a couple of the boards for that little XOXO. Didn't really need to read that like I have these other ones, so I was able to put the seagulls in front of those greetings overlapping, and then I just hand wrote with a marker, I love you to the beach and back. And so this is one that I'm going to give to my husband this summer for Father's Day, and I think he's just going to love this card. So again, we've got these two here together, and I just think that turned out so cute. So I can't wait to see what our design team is going to do with this and what all of you are going to do with this. Here is my inspiration sheet, which I will be sharing in our files section. And I hope you love this set. It's just been a joy to stamp with, and I've got lots more ideas for it. So look for those in our group. They'll be coming soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Oh man, those cards were fantastic, Melanie. And you know, when I initially saw the stamp set, I thought of the beach, but I didn't even think about the mountains and the winter. I didn't think of any of that, and that just, my mind just went with so many fun ideas that you can do with that set. Those cards were gorgeous, and I also, you know, one thing that I really loved was in the last card where Melanie showed you how she used her own handwriting to fill in a personalized message. And you know, one thing that has always been really special to me is when I find an old greeting card in my mom and dad's. My mom and dad left me a box of, they call their memories box, and it's just things that were special to them. And I often love looking at cards that my dad sent to my mom or my mom sent to my dad to see their handwriting. Something about seeing your parents' handwriting or your child's handwriting or any handwriting that's familiar to you just brings up such a good memory. So don't be afraid of being perfect. Use your own handwriting to create that card. That is something that people in your life will treasure forever. And I love that you did that, Melanie. And I know your husband will love that card for Father's Day. That was great. Well, everybody, I mean, the illustrators knocked it out of the park once again. They always do, month after month. I don't know where they get their stroke of inspiration, but it's always impressive and it's always so much fun. And what I love is how much inspiration they share, because we don't want you to just get the stuff. We want you to use the stuff and have fun with it. And when you have all this inspiration in front of you, you have ideas right out of the package. So, all right, let me cough for a minute here. All right, now I have something new to show you. Are you ready? Let's do the overhead camera. Here is, it's finally here, the Chucky Tool. You guys, everybody has waited so long for the Chucky Tool, and it is being released tonight here at Gina K Designs. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the Chucky Tool. So my friend Chuck Meadows, back, I think it was in 2020, I first started going live. Nobody was going live yet. I was going live, and I was constantly taking my sleeve on my Misty and putting pressure on my Misty, trying to get pressure on my stamps. And Chuck sent me this tool. This is the original Chucky Tool. And what he did was he bought a curtain finial, he bought a furniture protector pad, and then he glued them together with some Gorilla Glue, and then he sent it to me as a gift. And this has been a godsend for me. And there's a lot of reasons why I will only ever use the Chucky Tool. And I'm going to explain those reasons to you. But a big shout out to Chuck Meadows, because Chuck, you are my hero for inventing this. Now, there's been a lot of knockoff products that have come out since Chuck sent this to me and I introduced it to the stamping world. And I've tried a few of them, and I have to say, nothing compares to the Chucky Tool. And there's a reason for that. So first, let me show you the two Chucky Tools, and we named it the Chucky Tool in honor of Chuck Meadows. Now, the first one I want to show you is our turquoise edition. All right, so here is the turquoise Chucky Tool. Look how pretty she is. And it's got that same large ball on the top. It's got this felt that will slide and glide over any stamping platform. I use the Misty, it's my stamping platform of choice. But there are some things about this that are different. Now, let me show you the other one, because some of you don't do turquoise. I know some of you do other colors, and so we did a white one for those of you who maybe other colors are your colors and not turquoise. I don't know who that is, but you know, my pink friends. So we have a white one and we have a turquoise one. Now, what makes the Chucky Tool so much more special than something simple? Like, you know, okay, I'll give you an example. Years and years ago, after Chuck made this for me, I thought I'd love to be able to sell something that would be like the Chucky Tool. And so I bought this. This is an air hockey paddle. These are just a couple dollars on Amazon. It's an air hockey paddle. That's all it is. It's called an air hockey paddle. That's what it's for. It's got a huge base on the bottom, and it's got this small cone on the top. I started using it, and within a couple of days, I got so much nerve pain in my hand because of this tiny, kind of pokey top that was like pressing into my hand. It's also, I have a pretty small hand. It's hard for me to get my hand down in there without turning my wrist in this kind of weird cocked angle, which started to hurt my wrist. And this flat bottom, see how flat it is? It does nothing to apply pressure. It's no different than using your hand. It's no different than using your sleeve. The pressure is spread out because it's flat. And every tool I've ever used has been flat on the bottom, and the pressure isn't there because it's flat. Now on the Chucky tool, it's curved. This is a curved bottom. On our Chucky tool, this is a curved bottom. It allows you to create pinpoint pressure on your stamped image. Because of this distance here, you're not getting your hand in a weird position. You can rest your hand on top of this and you're not going to get nerve pain. You're not going to get joint pain, and you're not going to have your hand in a weird position in order to get your hand wrapped around it. The large ball actually puts the pressure more into this area of your hand and not right into this area of your hand. So that is why it took me so long, because I went to several different companies and nobody could create this for me. But the people here right in New Berlin, Wisconsin, who make our brush bucket, I mean, he's a genius. He really is, because he figured out how to make a ball that doesn't collapse. Because a lot of these types of 3D printed items, if it's hollow inside and you put pressure on it, it'll just collapse because it's plastic. So he figured out what to do on the inside that's very, I got to see what the inside looks like. It looks like quite a network in there. But it's solid. It feels good in your hand. It feels solid. It doesn't feel hollow. It feels solid, very similar to the original Chucky tool. And then it took them quite a lot of renditions of this tool before we figured out how to get this pad in here and how to get this bottom on and not have to use glue, because glue, we did have some made with glue. I have 400 of them, and they were falling apart because once the glue dries out a little bit, they don't stay together. So he came out with this fantastic design for me, and it went through many variations, but we came up with it. And this, I'm telling you right now, when you try this tool, this is going to feel different than this kind of thing, and it's going to feel way different than anything that you've ever used with a flat bottom. So a huge thank you and shout out to Chuck for coming up with this. I will let you know that I did say to Chuck, would you like to come out with these? I will buy them from you. And he said, no, you do it. So a huge thank you to Chuck for this ingenious idea, and to our friends in New Berlin here, making these right here in the United States of America. Out of their home. They made a couple thousand of these for us to add to our website tonight, and I'm sure we're going to have to order more because I don't know how long they're going to last. But I am so excited to finally be able to offer this to you. Don't forget to pick the color that you want. The white one is, they're two separate products on the website. Now you're going to see the this like turquoise version, because we have to buy boxes by the thousands, and we didn't want to buy boxes in a white one and a turquoise one right away until we see how they do. So we just put the turquoise one on the box, and the little label on the top will tell you what color is inside. So the Chucky tool is finally here, and I couldn't be happier. I love this so much, and I will be using it in many, many, many videos. So thank you again, Chuck. It's a brilliant idea, and we are so happy to have it. Okay, so now I want to show you our brand new card kit. And this one might be my favorite card kit ever. And I know I've said that before, but honestly, this one has some really, really interesting products in it that I think you're going to love. So, like all of our kits, it comes in this box with a whole lot of happiness inside. And there it is. Hey, friend, sending love from our craft room to yours. And there's me and Tom. Right up there. All right, so like every kit, the kit comes with an index sheet so that you can keep track of all of the products that were in this kit. And you can see there is a whole lot of products in this kit. This kit contains 2 6x8 stamp sets, a 4x6 stamp set. It's got 2 single stencils and a layering stencil set and 2 full die sets. And you get a free gift in this set, which is a 3D embossing folder bundle that comes with more layering stencils and more dies. So this kit is called Sunny Days and Breezy Nights, and it's all of the things that we love about summer. So are you ready? So the first thing I'm going to show you is a beautiful floral set. And this floral set is called Cherry Blossoms. Cherry blossoms are very popular this time of year, and I love them, and I just love the look of these flowers. Now there is a coloring stencil for these flowers that will color in all of the flowers and all of the leaves. And then there are some extra little leaf pieces in here that you can stamp in color to add and tuck into your bouquets or your swags, whatever you are going to create. Now this stencil is really cool because it will color in the flower, but then it's got a separate little area that colors in these open spaces where the petals curl up a little bit, and you can use those in a darker color if you want to kind of create the look you're going for. Then this has some birthday sentiments in here. Birthday wishes, bloom bright, it's your day. Birthday wishes, another year to blossom. And birthday wishes, wishing you peace, beauty, and a season full of gentle blooms. Then, of course, we have a die set that cuts every single flower, leaf, foliage, and all of the greetings. Now, I have a couple little cards to show you here using the cherry blossoms. The first one I want to show you is this one. Now, I am really bad about remembering which master layouts sets that I used, so I'll have to make a notation when I share these cards in our Facebook group. But this one was the one that I released when we were doing a vintage kit. And this is a very vintage frame from that master layout set. And I just stacked a couple of them together here. I put a few little clouds in the background, very, very light there. And then I just stamped these in black onyx ink and colored them using the light carnation and the medium carnation ink. And then I used jelly bean green and fresh asparagus. And you can see I did a little bit of ombre there where I went darker as I stamped down near the bottom. And the way that I did that was I stamped the whole image with my Misty using jelly bean green, and then with a detail blending brush and some fresh asparagus, I stroked on some of that fresh asparagus ink onto the stamp and stamped it again. So this way it gives a more ombre or more, just that kind of color blend. There's no harsh line there. So I will show you how to do that in an upcoming video. And then I just used the birthday wishes, just kept this one very simple, and I put it on an innocent pink card base. I meant to write everything down that I was using, and I'm so sorry that I forgot. But if you go onto our website and you type in master layouts, and and hit enter, all the master layout sets will come up, and you can find the different ones with the different designs that you see in my frames tonight. Sorry about that. All right, I made a little square card also with a heart from one of our other master layouts, and these colors are light orchid and medium orchid. And again, I did the same thing with the jelly bean green and the fresh asparagus. Oh, master layouts 12. Thank you, Brianne. So this is Master Layouts 12. And then Brianne will find out which one this is, and I know she'll share it, and I'll try to keep an eye out. But you can always look in the chat for Brianne. She always knows what I'm using. I don't know how she does it, but she does it all from her phone. But I love the heart. It's so sweet. And then to create kind of like a little, oh, this is ML4, Master Layouts 4. Thanks, Brianne. And I used Birthday Wishes Another Year to Blossom. And you can see, because these are separate flowers, I have like a little triangle cluster here with this one shooting out, but then this one I did like a little C curve coming down around the side of the heart. So what's nice about the single flowers is you can position them any way you want. So if you wanted to do a full circular wreath, you could cut out more of these and make a wreath. If you want to go around the side of the heart, you can. If you want to just have something that's a little bit kind of more clustered together, you can do it this way. So I love that you can create your own designs and you're not just limited to however that floral design is put together. So, Tracy, what'd she say? She loved, oh, I missed that comment, but she said she wanted me to put, okay, if you could add your cards in Mustache with a recipe of all your products. Oh, I will see if I have time to do that. That would be something that would be really good. Okay, so there are the two cards that I made for the very first products that I grabbed out of this kit box, which is Cherry Blossoms. Okay. I think I might be missing a die set, but maybe not. Maybe I just, no, I think I have what I need here. Okay. So there's my first one. Now the second one I want to show you is, well, I got to show you this in a couple different parts. So this is a 3-piece layering stencil, and this is called Tropical Landscape. And I want to pull this out of the package because I want to show it to you. So this is going to help you create a landscape background for silhouette stamps. And it's going to create a beach scene. It could be a lake, but it really looks like an ocean to me. And it looks more like the ocean that you would see in Hawaii, maybe California with mountains in the background, or the Caribbean. And I'm a big fan of the Caribbean, and I love that volcano mountain background that you see when you're in the Caribbean. It's just so beautiful. So this is such a fun stencil, and it's so easy to use. I cannot wait to show you how easy this is to use. Now, you can use this with other silhouette stamps that you have in your collection, but we created a brand new tropical silhouette stamp set for this release called Tropical Silhouettes. And this one's a little different. We do have our ocean silhouettes, but this is different because this has this huge palm leaf that goes like right in the front of your card, and it creates perspective, which I can't wait to show you. I didn't have time to make too many cards, but I made a couple here. And then it's got this huge palm tree. It's got some smaller palm trees. And this one has some tropical foliage too that you can bring in from the sides. Now it's got two little guys on a fishing boat. It's got, what is this, Tom? Is this a crane?
Looks like a crane to me.
Yeah, it looks like that to me too, but somebody might tell us it's something different. It's got a surfer guy, and I love that we can make a surfer guy looking out, waiting for the waves to kick up. And then it's got two people sitting on the beach together with an umbrella. And I think that's great because we didn't have anything like that in any of our other sets, and I feel like that would be such a nice retirement card or anniversary card. It's got a couple of additional birds that you can add, and then it's got some really fun solid greetings. Make every day a beach day, wishing you a sunny day, and another successful trip around the sun, which is perfect for these types of cards. Now, let me show you 2 cards that I made. And Tom, I know these are going to be your favorite cards. I showed you one last night, but I actually made another one after you went to sleep. So this is the one you didn't see. I made this one. This is that feeling of sunrise, right? Where the sky just looks almost whitish yellow. The sun is just coming up. And you can see I just used that landscape stencil to create this. These are the mountains that are very far away. Then these are a little bit closer. Then this is a little bit closer. And then you've got that beautiful still water in the morning and that sandy beach here. And it's such an easy card to make. I just stamped that large palm tree right there. 2 little birds waking up in the morning and then wishing you a sunny day. And I thought, this is such a great card for anybody that loves the beach, loves the ocean, and I know so many people that do. Now, one of the things that I did with this card, which I will show you in an upcoming video, is I created this kind of shading that's very different from a lot of the shading that I've done in the past, where rather than kind of graduating color this way, I did it this way. So my heavier yellow is over here and it fades out almost to white. My heavier turquoise is over here and it fades out almost to white. And it gives you that morning sunrise feel that you get when the light just looks like that. So I will show you how to do this. There is a stencil that you can get called Sea, Sun, and Sky that has a wave pattern that you could use to create some ripples in there. If you wanted to add that to your collection, you could also add some of the clouds from that collection to create a more bubbly cloud pattern if you just didn't want the sky to look plain like this. And then I had to make a sunrise card, and then I had to make a sunset card. So here's a sunset card, and you can see using that same landscape stencil, but here's that sun setting way low over that mountain in the distance. And for this one, rather than doing my dark color over here and getting lighter as I go, I did the dark color here and got lighter as I came to shore, which creates the illusion of darker water back here. I'm sorry, deeper water back here and getting more shallow as it comes toward the beach. And there's those little fishermen out there on their boat enjoying that sunset and getting that last catch of the day in. So these are 2 cards that I made with this brand new tropical landscape layering stencil set and the beautiful new tropical silhouettes stamp set. All of this is in this kit. Isn't this so exciting? Okay, so now I want to show you another set that I absolutely love. I am just so excited about this one. This is called, and this kit was named after it, Sunny Days and Breezy Nights. And then it's got a full die set that cuts everything out, including all of the greetings. So this one has these cute little beach chairs, a little different than the Adirondack chairs that we have in other products. These are just beachy chairs, kind of the kind that have the canvas here. Then we've got a little bikini hanging on a clothesline. We've got a little cover up just hanging on a hanger there. We've got a cute little bike, some flip-flops. We have a kite, a pinwheel, a beach hat, some fun fireworks that you can color, and then some little extra like stars and like little party streamers and things so that you can celebrate summer. Whether you're making 4th of July cards or just fun summer cards, these images all feel so summery to me. And then, of course, this die set that cuts everything out. So not just the greetings, you can even cut the little bits and pieces out if you want with this die set, so you can create lots of dimension on your cards. Now I want to show you a couple cards I made with this. The first one, you know I had to make a postage card, right? Because all of these fit so cute inside our Master Layouts 14 postage die set. And then I used our Spring Friends mini stamp set to just get the 10 cents and the 2 cents and the 5 cents and the forever. But what I did here was I went with a red, white, and blue theme because I thought, hey, America is turning 250 years old soon, and we need to celebrate. So I'm wishing America a very happy birthday here with birthday wishes. But anybody, my cousin actually has a birthday in July, and so whenever I make cards for July birthdays, I tend to go with a red, white, and blue theme just because it's fun. And I actually used coral reef and blue instead of red and blue. And the reason why is because I couldn't find my real red colored pencil. And the red that I had, when I started blending it with Gamsol, it looked more coral reef. So I just put a coral reef card base on there. But you can always make yours more red if you want. And I just colored the bikini in red. I colored the flip-flops to match because, you know, she's got to work. She's got to match. And then I have a blue little cover up here. And then I did my pinwheel in shades of blue and red and my kite in red and blue as well. I used Master Layouts 14 and that postage grid stencil, and I just did a little sea glass behind there with the postage grid stencil. And that is just a fun little birthday card with all those cute summer images. Love that. Now, before I show you the next card, I have to show you this stencil because this is also part of the kit. And this is another Twirl It design, and it's called Twirl It Rope. Now, if you've tried our Twirl It gingham and our Twirl It checks, you know that Twirl It doesn't necessarily mean twirling all the time. Sometimes it does, like the Twirl It gingham, you actually do turn it a quarter turn, but the Twirl It checks, you slide it a quarter. Let me drink something. I want to show you how this one looks. Okay. So you can use this one either by shifting it and you'll get this look. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Or you can turn it a quarter turn and you can get square knots. Isn't that cool? So now I can show you this other card that I made because I used the Twirl It stencil. So for this one, I used key lime and sea glass, and I shifted it, and then in between where the diamonds overlap, the sea glass and the key lime created a whole different color. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. But, you know, when you start to choke, you just have to leave the room or you're going to blow the meters off. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the final thing, and then I'm going to get out of here and let you guys have fun and shop. So there's a free gift in this kit that you guys are not going to want to miss. This is called, go ahead to the overhead, Tom. This is called Strawberry Harvest. Now we have not done a fruit 3D embossing folder yet. And this Strawberry Harvest has this gorgeous 3D embossing folder. It has 2 different dies, and it's got, let's count them. You won't believe this stencil set. Let's count them here. So many stencils. Pardon me. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 layers for this stencil set. And I want to show you a couple cards that I made. So the first one that I made, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So this uses the stencil. I used some red hot ink. I just faded it down to white. And then I used jelly bean green and fresh asparagus, a little bit of sweet corn, and some sea glass. And then I stamped a greeting from the set You Give Me Butterflies because I just felt like that You're So Sweet was the perfect greeting for that. But look at that. Isn't that just the most beautiful embossing folder? Perfect for summer. Then I wanted to use the die cuts here. So I cut those out and popped them into the embossing folder. And look at this. Oh, isn't that cute? So for this one, I just faded out to white. But for this one, I added a little bit of sweet corn at the bottom of each of these. I just can't wait to make all of these cards with you guys. And then I used the Modern Greeting stamp and die set from 2 kits ago. And I used a little bit of Red Hot Coral, Sun-Kissed Coral. And then right at the bottom here, I used some faded brick, and I did my ombre technique. So those are 2 cards that I made with this free gift, this beautiful Strawberry Harvest embossing folder. So let's take a look at all of these cards again. I'm telling you, I've been stamping for days, but there just never seems to be enough time to make all of the things that I want to show you. And that is what's so fun about our weekly videos, because you and I are going to be together week after week. I'm going to get rid of my cough for Thursday, and we are going to be together, and we are going to be able to make all of these different cards and then some. So what do you think? All right, Tom, I'm going to ask you. I already know the answer, but which one is your favorite from this new kit?
Well, I have to go with a twofer because, well, now maybe a fourfer.
Oh, no.
Definitely the beach scenes.
Yeah.
Morning and dusk. Boy, I've been there. I'm going to go back.
You've been on both of those.
I'm ready to go. And then the strawberries.
I know, aren't they so cool?
Yeah, man.
You know, we have so many floral 3D folders, but this is just so different and so fun and so perfect for summer. Love them. And of course, all of these other ones are fun too. You just get so much in this kit. Well, everybody, this was so much fun tonight. Now, Tom, you're going to give away some gift cards, right?
Yes.
Tom's going to give away 3. You ready for 3? Did I tell you 3 earlier?
3.
3 $25 gift cards.
Woo!
All right.
All right, we're doing it now?
We're doing it now. Come on in.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Drum roll. Here we go. And tonight's winners are these 3. Vickirothschild, Dolphin Kelly, and Alicia Dicarlo. There you go.
Congratulations to our winners. You each win a $25 gift card. You can use it now, or you can save it and use it whenever you want. Well, a big shout out to Brianne Loveland for knowing what I use, even when I don't know what I use. Brianne, thank you for linking everything for everybody tonight. You've been so helpful. And let's see. Oh my goodness. Thank you to all of our illustrators who shared their beautiful samples with us tonight. Thank you to all of our designers and guest designers who are sharing stuff all over social media right now. We appreciate you guys all so much. Thank you for putting up with me and my cough tonight. Hopefully this will be gone soon and I can be 100%, because it's very hard to make videos when you don't have a voice. So hopefully that will all get resolved soon. Now, everybody, Tom and I will be back on Thursday with another Stamp and Chat Live. I am going to dig into this kit, and we're going to make the first card using this brand new card kit. So I hope you will join us for that. And everybody, in the meantime, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much. You can head over to the website at GinaKDesigns.com to find everything that's new. And we will see you in the next one. Love you all so very much. Mwah. Bye-bye.